Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. We discuss 6 questions in less than 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. We will go ahead and jump right into it with our guest today. First question in a few sentences. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Chris Ruddick. I'm with Prime3 Software. We build well-crafted software to help a business unlock its full potential. And most recently, we've also started a broadcast and YouTube series called For Love of Code.
Oh, very good. That's a new initiative for you then.
That's right.
Very good. Well, second question. What's the best thing about working with a team?
I would say the ability to collaborate and coordinate. The teams have a lot of diversity in ideas and thoughts, and it really when you can leverage the strength of a team and constantly learn and grow and share ideas and work together, and when things really start gelling and the team really starts flowing, it's a magical thing, and it's something to be held.
That's great. Thank you. I hear from other leaders of teams that it can be a challenge to get team members engaged. What are your thoughts?
Well, we use an approach in software referred to as the agile methodology, and it's something that I picked up I don't know 8 or 10 years ago on a few projects back, and have taken it everywhere I've been since. The thinking being is that it's constantly around evolving your process and constantly trying to make it work better. And we use it to make sure that everybody on the team is engaged and invested in the project. they, they have a voice in planning and the scope of the work that we're doing. And then we do regular check-ins on a daily. Now that we're quarantined, we've been doing it multiple times a day, just to keep everybody on the same page, make sure that we are communicating effectively and all working together on one sheet of music, trying to get to that ultimate goal. And I've found that has really worked well for us. Aside from the day-to-day work, we've been focusing on setting up some mentoring for some of our junior folks, and then just working on building out side projects that we might be doing for other customers or for internal initiatives, just to kind of keep things fresh and keep the team engaged, but also kind of mentally stimulated and feeling like they're growing and involved in the overall maturation of their own careers.
Well, that's a great insight about giving them some opportunity to kind of be mentally stimulated. That's an important part of engagement. Yeah. So that's a great insight. Thank you for sharing it. Question number 4, what other piece of advice would you offer to leaders of teams?
I would say definitely get down in the trenches. Work a day or work a week side by side with your team, because I think there's a lot to be found for the bond that gets created when teams go through kind of a common struggle. I like to say that we favor consistency over rigidity. So we're looking to, we're constantly evolving and trying to build a better mousetrap. But once we've implemented a change, we want to stay consistent with it so that it, can really carry through. Once you start losing that consistency, it kind of erodes the trust with your team. And then I would say just, constantly evolve, seek to learn, seek to better yourself. If you think you have all the answers, then I guarantee you're probably wrong. And, if you have to stay humble and just realize that nobody has all the answers, and the more you learn, the better off you and the team are going to be.
I completely agree that that element of humility is really important. So thank you for sharing that as well. Question number 5, what other successful team leaders, such as yourself, would you like to recognize or give a shout out to that have had a positive influence in your life?
Sure. I met a gentleman a few years back, and he's become a good friend of mine. His name is Mark Marling. And I think he is definitely an expert in bringing the right people together to take on any challenge. He in fact, he looks forward to taking on challenges, and he thinks very much team first. And I've learned a lot from him.
Very good recommendation. Well, final question. Tell us about your first job.
This one was funny. I was a freshman in high school, and I lived across the street from the high school. So I got a job selling baseball tickets to the JV baseball games. And after the second inning, we didn't collect ticket sales anymore, but I got to watch the game for free, and they let me start announcing the JV baseball games. So I was a ticket salesman and a baseball announcer for my first job.
That's great. What a unique job for a high schooler, especially.
For
So
sure.
that is great. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
My pleasure. Yeah. My name is Chris Ruddick. That's Ruddick. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on that platform. My company is Prime 3 Software. It's Prime, the number 3, software.com. And then the broadcast series that I mentioned earlier is For Love of Code. That's FOR, loveofcode.com. It'll have links to all the platforms for sucking down content.
That's great. Chris, thank you again. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. For more ideas, you can find us on LinkedIn by searching Blue Sky Business Consulting. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day.